Okay. Picture paints 1,000 words. So I'm going to knock a quick video together. It won't be very good because I've got to hold the camera with my hand. I can't get in tight enough to see you. This has been prompted by a post on the forum asking how you can assign a mod wheel to multiple things at once. You can do this. Currently, I think you can only do it within Zencore. The Jupiter and the Juno, etc. models don't have mod matrices in them, and you need that aspect of it to be able to do the control. From what I can tell, somebody knows different, brilliant, post it, and I will keep playing to see. So we're going to do a couple of things. Firstly, we're going to create a tone that the modulation wheel changes multiple things on at the same time. That's relatively easy. We're also going to create a couple of tones and affect the same thing on both tones at the same time. Again, relatively easy, though the fact that the question's been asked means it's not obvious, hence the video. But also crossfades, because it allows you to crossfade between two tones, or more than two tones if you want to have two sets of tones. So we're going to basically go through a quick how-to on to do that. So this is now going to come in. This is where it's going to get wobbly, because what I need to do is get in there so you can see. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the controller to a CC. Now you can use the default expression. By all means, that's perfectly doable. I'm changing it to something that's not used for anything. Because what I don't want to do is have tones that are set up to respond to expression respond to that. It might be what you want to do, because you might want to use expression. It's completely up to you. So the shortcut is shift and move the wheel. However, let's go in through the menus. And I'm really sorry if this is shaking. I can't think of how I'm going to steady the camera. So basically, menu, scene edit, wheel 1, 2, wheel 1 at the moment is, I want wheel 2 actually. Wheel 2. So by default it's set up to modulation. You can probably just about see that. It's not going to be easy. And that's fine. I'm going to change that to CC14 because it's unused. And that's all I'm going to do on there. Now it's important to note that that is a scene level change. So obviously you will need to save your scene. Now how you get the tones to react are tone levels. So obviously you need to save the tone, but bearing in mind that once you've saved the tone, that matrix will be set with that tone. Another reason why I use an unused CC. If you used expression and saved it, every patch that you went to, that expression would then change the things that you are now going to set it up to change. If you forget to do that, and just use a default scene, that will be modulation CC1, and it won't affect what you're setting up here because the control will be different. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to use a couple of tones. Let's come out of there because we're finished on there. So in 16, we'll go 16 first, and we'll go to tone edit. So 16, I've got a Zencore pad. Now, when we want to set something up to that wheel, we use the matrix, the mod matrix. And in the mod matrix, the source, I'm going to set to CC14 because that's what that wheel is setting out. So now you have 4 destinations in each matrix control, but you can use the same source in each matrix control, so you can potentially change up to 16 parameters with the single mod wheel. So we're going to set up cutoff, and then this is your amount. Do that often. Cutoff, and then that's your amount. So now I'm going to hold that with the foot pedal. So that was now affecting your cutoff. Now let's, for instance, say we also want a pitch LFO. Pitch LFO 1. Again, a little bit of... So now it's also affecting the pitch LFO 1. So now when you play it... That's setting up how much. So now you're getting multiple things because you're now getting the filter cut off and vibrato. On that wheel. Two things at once. And of course you can do as many things as you want as long as they are a destination in the mod in the mod matrix itself. And most things you might need are pitch, is, cutoff, resonance, the level, but that's tone level, not scene level that you have here. It's the level that's setting the tone, because this is a tone level change. Chorus and reverb sends, your pitch filter and your amp LFOs, your envelopes, all bar sustain level. Your effects is, so you can send it your effects level, pulse, width, mods, step LFOs, ring mods, cross mod, all those are destinations. So as long as what you want to change is a destination, you're golden. So that's one. So let's just take off that completely. So we're back to just controlling the filter cutoff. Now it's got to go to another tone. And we're going to go same thing because we want it to respond to the same wheel. So 14, and let's just go to filter cutoff again because that makes life simple. So now you've got that tone is also controlled by that wheel. So now when you bring both tones in together, both tones are affected at the same time. It's one tone, that's the other tone, both together. So that's how you would set up multiple sounds to respond to the wheel. And of course, one could be filter cut off, one could be resonance, you could add a pitch LFO to a third, and you could do all those changes with a single wheel. So another little trick that you can do while in here is if you make that level, see, told you I'm no good. If you make that level, and we're on 15 at the moment, so 15 is level, and we're going to go to full plus. 16, which is the other tone, is also going to go to level, and this one's going to go to minus. Okay, so 16, as you then raise, as you play with the tone wheel, is going to reduce in volume because you're on minus, whereas the other one is going to increase. So what we're now going to do is in that tone edit, if you go to amp, here you've got your volume level. So 16, I said we were going to decrease. So 16, we want the level up. On 15, we're going to take the level all the way down. So now what you have is 15 does not sound at all. I'm going to hold this with my foot pedal until you raise the mod wheel. That brings the volume in. 16, on the other hand, is the other way around. So that's in with the mod wheel down and cuts out. So now you have a crossfade from 16 to 15. Now you can set the relatives up there using your plus and minus, and obviously your volumes you've got here. So if you want to come in lower, take that out. So nothing from tone 15, everything from 16, and that way you've got nothing from 16, and whoop. I'm on 7 now, or 50. Okay. Volume up a bit. So they're both active. That's the strings. That's the pad. Half and half. and off. So you can use it for a crossfade, and of course you could set up multiple tones. So you might have, I don't know, you might have a low pad, you might have some strings with a bit of brass under it, and then you might have piano with a low pad under it, and you can crossfade between the two. So yeah, just a quick how-to. It's very jolty. I will check this before I post it, but it's not ideal. But yeah, so that's how you can do the wheel for multiple things.